All right. Well, Janelle, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
What brought you to Melbourne, like to stay and want to like live and make music here?
Yeah, like pack up my one suitcase and move here.
Yeah. Is that all you brought? One suitcase?
Oh, okay. It was actually 2 suitcases.
Still, that's not much stuff.
Well, I did a lot of trips back and forth to like, I'd come here and then I'd be like, oh, I should bring like that one pillow that I really like. And I'd like, every time I go back, I bring something like back to Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like every time I go back home to Perth, I'm like, everything I own is in Melbourne now.
Wow.
So like I've made the full transition.
Yeah.
I think. But back to what was the question?
I'm sorry. I asked why. Like why come here?
No, so it's a big thing, and this is where WAAPA comes in. So it's a big thing, the whole R&B neo soul scene is very big in the course that I did at WAAPA, which was the contemporary music course.
Mm-hmm.
Very big thing. Like a lot of our studies kind of centered around it, like Highness Cody, so that kind of like contemporary jazz type vibe. And I think it's just very well known that Melbourne has that scene. Like obviously Highness Cody came out of Melbourne, and there's so many other artists that I didn't meet until I moved to Melbourne, but I realized like, oh my God, like there's so many more bands and artists like Highness Cody that have come out of Melbourne and are still in Melbourne. So I actually visited Melbourne before I moved just to check out the scene. I was like, oh, I should probably like look at the city before I just randomly move to it. Because I've never been here as an adult.
Right.
So I just went on a holiday before I moved and I saw all these bands and all these artists and met so many great people. I actually came here during the Jazz Festival in 2023.
Cool.
So I came here for the whole festival. So I was like, I feel like this is the best time to, one, meet people and to check out the actual scene.
Yeah. Who did you see at the Jazz Festival?
Yeah. So, so many people. Oh, it was a great time. The one standout I saw, this was also the Rookies' last residency for the jam nights, the late night ones. So I went to almost every single one that night.
Wow.
But I also saw, this is really embarrassing because I can't remember the name.
That's fine. Do you remember anything about what their music was like?
Oh, it's just really fucking good jazz. I'll find, maybe I'll just look it up the name. But I remember it was at a venue in Pran? How do you say it?
Pran.
Yeah. On Chapel.
Oh, Chapel of Chapel? Like
Chapel of Chapel. Yeah. I was like, Chapel, but that's a street. Yeah, that one.
Cool.
But it was a drummer. Oh, I can't remember his name.
Oh, there's a drummer.
It was a drummer.
I'm so distracted by all of the artists I saw in 2024. But like, did Antonio Sanchez come?
I think so, yeah.
Like to do the Birdland soundtrack?
No. Oh, maybe.
Maybe he was playing with Pat Metheny and did a sideshow?
No. I want to say Marcus, but that was last year's.
Yeah.
No, but obviously I saw Shaka Khan.
Oh, wow.
For the bowl, like the opening of the festival. So I saw Shaka Khan. And Kai, I really love Kai. Oh, that's another artist like Highness Cody that a lot of WAAPA kids love.
Right.
So yeah, saw her. And
wait, so do you actually study Highness Cody?
Yeah.
As part of the course? Yeah,
like you can choose. Like I did a whole mini thesis on molasses, I believe. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was a whole thing. Like
cool.
You have people who did their whole honors thesis on Highness Cody. Like not my year, but I know there was a couple girls in the year above me and the years above them. Yeah, very common.
Wow.
Because it's so easy to write essays about them because there's just so much to write about and it's all the complexity of their music. It's just, I know if you're a real nerd, you can really just get into it.
Yeah, there's so much going on there.
Yeah, lots going on.
Has the band come across, like, whilst you were there to, like, I don't know, run workshops and stuff?
Oh, yeah. I think when I was in first year, I think Naarm came over and did a songwriting workshop.
Cool.
But it was only for third and fourth years, so I couldn't go.
Oh,
but
brutal.
Something like, yeah. So I think, but then when I was at WAAPA, it was like in the middle of COVID as well.
Oh, okay.
So like my middle years at WAAPA were COVID. So
wow.
Didn't have as many opportunities as what the students would be having now and like before COVID. But
Okay.
it's like, it's, I still had a great experience, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Simon Maven came and because he was like a Monash alumni.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so when I did my jazz degree at Monash, he came out a couple times to like run workshops and stuff. But there were so many bands that were like, I guess because like Choose Your Weapon hadn't come out yet when I was in first year uni.
Yeah.
And so like the drummer was running a band, Clever Austin, and they played with a lot of Monash kids in 3070. And so there was like... it really felt like it was in the scene. So that's so cool that it's like, another like 10 years later and it's like literally being studied in music school.
Yeah, literally. As in the vocalist course, we studied a lot of the vocal arrangements that Napalm did, which is super exciting.
Wow.
And also just like we transcribed them and sung them, which is so much fun.
Yeah.
It's like great arrangements, even if without like being a nerd and writing about it. Like just singing them, it's like, oh my god, fun.
So what was it for you that went, all right, like there's this scene in Melbourne, but like you chose the like massive leap of like literally moving to the city to try and establish yourself in a scene that like, you weren't a part of yet? Yeah,
well, I think the Jazz Festival helped a lot when I came here for that holiday because it made me realise like the music scene is actually very small in Australia. Well, compared to like between Perth and Melbourne because like you said, like the Monash like crew all know each other, and then conveniently a lot of the lecturers at Monash either came from WAAPA or they studied at WAAPA, like they have some sort of connection with WAAPA. So I found that whole week that I was on holiday here, everyone who I mentioned like and chatted to and when they were asking, naturally being like, oh, like, where are you from? You're on holiday. I was like, oh, I'm from Perth. They're like, oh, you're a muso. I'm like, yeah, studied at WAAPA. And then they'd be like, oh, so blah 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 and blah blah blah, and just made it so easy, one, to make friends.
Yeah, great.
But then also to really easy to like make actual connections that didn't feel like forced. So it just came from like a natural conversation of someone being like, oh, you're friends with this person, I love them.
Yes.
Like, oh, we should get a coffee. And then at the coffee being like, oh, you're actually a cool musician. Like, let's have a jam. So I found it really easy to kind of assimilate into the scene thanks to WAAPA, but then also like I did do my part of just going to every single gig being like, I'm just going to show my face to as many people as I can. And hopefully they remember me and then want to jam with me or play for my gigs. I don't know.
Yeah. How do you like, that advice about like going to gigs and getting yourself out there so that people recognize your face and, then they think of you when they need someone to fill in. Like, did that old school sort of like musician advice work for you in
I think so
2024?
Yeah, definitely. I think it made the move to Melbourne so much easier.
Right.
I think one, like my parents they don't really know much about like the music scene. They're like typical Asian parents, but they were really surprised at how easily I settled in. I think they know that I'm very extroverted, but the fact that like I was already getting gigs like my first couple months in, they were like, oh my god, what? And I was trying to explain the whole like Monash or just musician like community, and they were just like so like, oh my god, that's a thing, cool.
Yeah. Well, it's so great that like I don't know, I feel like yours is the success story of like wanting to do something and then like literally just going all in, doing it, and it's working.
Yeah, because so many people talk about moving to different cities in Perth because most isolated city in the whole world. And I just saw so many people live their lives being like, oh yeah, I really liked that city. Like I would have loved to live there one day. And then I see them like they're 20 years away from where I am and they're saying that they wish they had done it. So it just got to a point where I was like, oh, I kind of don't want to be that person who's like, oh, I wish I did that when I was younger. So I was like, I'm just going to do it. Like if it doesn't work out, I'll just move back home.
Yeah.
So far, haven't wanted to move back home. Like I'm loving it here. So all's good so far.
Oh, that's awesome. You mentioned like you've got typical Asian parents. How did they feel about it when you said like, I want to be a musician?
Oh, I think they didn't. It's typical like, first gen Australian parents. They were just kind of like, oh, what does this mean? Because obviously they came from like a poor country. Not really like they came to Australia being like, oh, I want the best life for my kids and like my future generations, and then for that kid to come back and be like, oh, I want to study music. I want to be a singer. They were kind of, I'm assuming it goes through every parent's head where they're just like, oh, okay, we came to this country so they could have the best life. I didn't realize that best life meant that potentially be jobless. But yeah, so there was quite a bit of pushback at the beginning, especially because I actually got accepted to do biomedicine and also got accepted into WAAPA out of high school.
Okay.
So I was obviously like leaning towards WAAPA, but they were pushing for like, no, do biomedicine, like, because they're Asian. I don't know. I can say that because I'm Asian.
Well, they clearly,
just like, you know, they want their kids to have like the best possible career, like, you know, have a really good job, or like, you know, like, yeah, move to a Western country for all these opportunities. May as well grab the best one that they can. So they were probably pushing for, in their eyes, they think studying music isn't like, you know, the best outcome. It's like studying something to get like a 6-figure job instantly. But for me, I was kind of just like, one, I just didn't know like what I wanted to do, which is very common. I feel like this whole situation of where like having ethnic parents is like, it's very common where the kids are just like almost feel entitled to not live out what they want to do, but live through like what their parents want to do, which is very common. But I'm glad like in this generation now, there's so many people dealing with it, and there's a lot more role models now.
Yes.
Like I can look at like people at my work I can look at, and they went through the exact same thing that I went through. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah.
Well, can I ask, like, did you have peers that were going through the same thing? Like, I went to Bourne High School, which literally advertises their high school directly to China. And so there's like a cohort of about 50 international students that, you know, board, plus all of those that like move into the suburb so that their kids can go to our school. And so, yeah, there was like a massive pressure to like, do exactly what you say. And like, okay, we've like invested a lot of money in you. And so, you know, now it's your turn to provide for the family by being a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, like, you know, would be like the version of success. Which was really hard to like watch happen to like my friends. And then it sort of quickly became clear that like, oh, now I finished my degree, but it wasn't the degree I wanted to do. So like, how do you balance that? What was that experience like for you, getting that, but like feeling like, you know, you want to pursue creative passions and I don't know what like, I don't know, the socio vibes of where you grew up in Perth were either. Yeah,
because Perth isn't as multicultural as Melbourne is. Oh, that's another reason why I really like Melbourne. I was like, oh, there's a lot more. There's so many different cultures as well. But yeah, in Perth, my parents were really pushing for like, oh, if you really love music, like just do it on the side. Like you don't need to study it. You can just do it outside of studying medicine. And I was just like, I was like, I don't even know if I want to study medicine. Like it's a very hard thing to do. And I think part of me was just like, you know what? Like, I feel like music is something that you got to do when you're young, because a lot of music is like networking. It's a very social job. And I feel like it's easier when you're the same age as the rest of like a lot of like, I think it's hard to deny, but like, everyone who's a muso or uprising musos are all kind of young, like, you know, in 20s, like, you know. So I was like, oh, it would be easier if I did this when I'm in this age bracket, compared to like if I do what my parents are saying, like, oh, do the biomedicine degree first and then do music after if you really want to. But then I was like, oh, I'll be like mid-20s, like late 20s, like that's already kind of past the, like you're almost considered, this is my hot take of it, but I was like, you're almost considered old if you're starting music, especially the type of music that I like got myself into, like when you're at that age. Because like when you reach like 28 or like late 30s, you're competing with other musos who have been doing it since like they were 12, and like, you know, did like the really intense like maybe ATAR music or something, and then went to do like Monash or like WAAPA or something. Like you're competing with those people, whereas like if you start like a medicine degree or whatever at 28, like that's just normal. So I kind of looked to that and I was like, if anything, I need to do music now, and I can do whatever later. I can do a real degree or a real job later. Like there's no age bracket on that, whereas I felt like music had a time like limit kind of thing. Yeah.
Did you have a supportive music program like through your high school that was like assisting you with this?
Oh, it was so good. Yeah. So I went to Carey Baptist College in Perth, and a lot of the people who came out of high school there, who did the music course there, went on to do WAAPA, to do a course at WAAPA, whether it was jazz, classical, or contemporary. And a lot of them who went through that course and went through WAAPA would end up. A lot of them were actually the lecturers at WAAPA, or like a handful. Not a lot of them. Like a handful of them actually the lecturers at WAAPA.
Wow.
And some of them are even. I think one is. Oh no, not based in Melbourne, but lecturers at WAAPA. So. Yeah, even starting WAAPA, saying that I came from that high school, it was really easy to make friends because everyone's just like, oh, so you would know so-and-so and so-and-so, so-and-so.
Wow.
Yeah, so lots of good connections. And I think that also kind of, there was a big culture of like music isn't just a hobby, like it's something you can actually really pursue because we had a lot of alumni who actually had done something with it. At that high scholl.
How encouraging. Like
it was so good.
You've
honestly.
got this pathway and it's like accepted and respected and
It was so funny because I remember in high school the music kids were the popular kids and not like the sporty people. That's how insane it was. I think it was very niche though. I think it was just for the year group. The year groups a couple years above and below me. So just like that, there was a small window at my high school where like if you did jazz, like you were fucking cool. I think now because it's been over 10 years, it's definitely dwindled out. But I remember when I was there, I was just like, that's so funny.
Wow. All right. If we go back to like, your like earliest music moments, do you have anything that comes to mind? Be that like singing or listening to music?
Yeah. I mean, how early are we talking?
Like absolute first memory.
I remember definitely would have to come from my mum. So she loves listening to music. She's a very big fan of Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Like, like the girls.
Yes.
So I remember one of my distinct memories is she would always have music playing in the house and when she was doing like housework or whatever. And I remember waking up from my naps when I was like 3 or 4, I don't know. And there'd be music playing. But I remember when I was older, I realized the music that I was playing was actually Lauryn Hill.
Oh.
So every time I hear it, I think of any of Lauryn Hill songs, I think of my mum.
Wow.
But I think it's so cool because a lot of the music I do is very R&B, soul, hip hop, what do you call it? Centered. So I always like to be like, oh, it's because my mum was listening to that and I was just basically force-fed to listen to it.
That's awesome though. Of all the different things it could have been.
Yeah, it was the miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Wow.
I remember waking up from my like 2 p.m. naps to X Factor playing.
Wow. Is Lauryn Hill an X Factor like winner or something?
No, X Factor, like the song. It's a song title,
sorry.
Yeah. No, X Factor
I was like, oh my gosh. Like
I don't think X Factor was running.
No,
in the
memory
90s.
of everything is like, whoa.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that was
things like that.
I don't know a discography well enough.
Oh, it's literally just one album.
Okay. Is it like the biggest album? Like yeah. Well, apologies. Thanks
so
for the education.
No, anytime. Now you can go around being like X Factor by Lauryn Hill. Great song.
Yeah. All right, I will. And album? Like, is that the album name or just
the album? Yeah, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is the full album name.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I've at least heard of that.
Yeah, it's a big orange. I reckon you'll see the cover.
I would have listened to it like heaps at uni.
Yeah, you would have seen the cover art and be like, oh, that's that album.
And it's part of the like Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu,
D'Angelo. Yeah,
like,
100%. Yeah.
So
that's
gotta get into
100% all my vibe. And it's just like, it's just because my mum was listening to it when I was growing up.
Did her like tastes develop as well? Like, was it just 90s or did like as more like neo soul music came out, she like updated the album?
No, she just loved. She's very much like when she likes something, she just likes it.
Okay.
She's one of those gals. So yeah, I'm definitely listened to a lot of 90s just on repeat, even like right up into when I was a teenager. Like we'd be driving in her car and she'd still have her CDs playing from back when she was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So when I became like a teenager, I was like, I don't want to listen to my mum's music. Yeah. Like it was kind of, I went through like a really embarrassing period where I just listened to whatever was on the Apple like iTunes charts.
Oh.
I didn't really listen to what I think sounded good. I was just like, this is.
Right.
But I think every teenager.
So what was like on the charts when you were a teenager?
I was like, whatever was like in the 2010s. Like
Okay.
Like
I'm trying to get you to say it.
No. But this is before I rediscovered my R&B.
Sure. It's your rebellious teenage phase. It's fine.
But I just frothed anything on the pop charts.
Yeah.
So it was like, I remember Kesha was my alarm clock.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the like beginning of high school. It's very embarrassing.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like that kind of, that vibe.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. A lot of Avril Lavigne because of SingStar.
Oh, okay.
I was a massive SingStar fan. So a lot of Avril Lavigne. Yeah, it's not like it hurts me to think back to that time before I was like, yeah, and I'm an R&B girl.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I feel like we've all had the phase.
Yeah, I think it's part of growing up.
Yeah,
like you need to have a cringy teenager phase.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that was mine. It's like, yeah. Oh, I listened to a lot of like Disney songs, like Selena Gomez, like old Selena Gomez, old Demi Lovato. Old Jonas Brothers, but that I'm not ashamed of. That I'm actually like, yes, I'm a proud like old like 2000s, 2010s Jonas Brothers girl.
Yeah, okay, one of the OG.
Yeah, I'm an OG, 100%.
Did you ever
burn it up? Love it.
Did you ever want to do the like, be a Disney girl thing? And like,
I'll be part of Disney Channel.
Yeah,
everyone did. Yeah.
Okay.
Like doing the ears. Everyone like I did that. Like pretend to do that in my room. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the ears is. I'm sorry.
Like I was like, you're watching Disney Channel, and then
no, I was not allowed to watch Disney Channel.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Such a shame.
But my sister watched Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Is that on the
so
Disney
it would have been,
Channel?
Yeah, that was on Disney Channel.
Okay.
So it would have been like, hi, I'm Hannah Montana. You're watching Disney.
Oh, that's like the
it's like it's
the logo or something.
Yeah, like it played during the ad breaks when TV still had ad breaks.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you want to do the like music theatre thing at all?
I think almost, because that was just what I thought music was.
Yeah.
And then I became an older teenager and discovered like, oh, I actually think that's lame. No offense to anyone who actually does it, but for me personally, I was like, oh, I actually think rapping is so much cooler, and like,
yeah, right,
like the whole D'Angelo, like neo soul vibes of like, like the sound of jazz, like using jazz chords and things over contemporary beats. I just found that a lot more interesting than being able to sing musical theatre.
So how did you like learn to sing?
Karaoke. Growing up. Just being Filipino, like you just learn how to sing from karaoke.
And you had SingStar at home. So
we had SingStar. So SingStar was like, we had the Filipino version of SingStar, which is called Magic Sing.
Okay.
It's like SingStar kind of, but you have a book with heaps of songs, and all the songs have numbers, and you put the numbers into your microphone has a keypad, and then you just put in the corresponding number into the microphone of the song, and then it'll come up on the screen.
Oh.
And then you just sing away.
Wow.
But yeah, that's like my earliest memory of singing. It's just, the whole family, extended family, and everyone just sitting in front of the TV with a book in front of them,
and then like you'd pass the mic, like everyone got a song.
Yeah, everyone got a song.
Wow.
Everyone sings like, their Whitney Houstons and
Yep. What was your go-to? Do you remember, like as a kid?
My go-to was definitely Skater Boy. Avril Lavigne.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then it evolved into Superstar by Jamila when SingStar. So my parents kind of phased out the Filipino karaoke and brought in like the Western karaoke of SingStar.
Right.
So my brother had a PlayStation. They were like, oh my God, this is basically the same thing. Let's just, add this. And then, so then brought in Avril Lavigne. And history was made.
So did you study like any other instruments?
Yeah, I had piano lessons. Just because another thing, just being Asian, I was like, oh, piano lessons for every Asian kid. So I did that until I was like 12, and then I was like, I want to do something else, blah blah blah. But then I always kept piano because I just thought it was cool. I discovered how to sing and play piano when I was around like 12 and 12/13.
Okay.
So that was a game changer for being like, oh, I actually really like this instrument. Oh,
Yeah.
dang, I wish I kept my lessons. But I was like, oh, I already told my mum I don't want them. I'm too scared of her to say something. So I'm just going to try and teach myself, continue to teach myself.
How did that go? Like, did you have a piano at home and you were able to like kind of just, if people went around, like belt it out?
I went through a phase. Oh, this is during my awkward teenager phase as well. Like I was terrified of singing at home when someone was home. Even if my mum was like, in her room or my dad in their office, whatever, doing like, opposite side of the house, I'd be petrified to let anyone hear me sing. So then learning how to play piano and sing was actually a great stepping stone because I was like, oh, I can sing like really quietly and play piano really loudly. And then eventually it like balanced out as I grew more confident and grew older. I think just when I grew older as well, it just came with age.
You mentioned like you're extroverted. Were you always so like outgoing?
Oh my God, no.
Okay.
Absolutely not. It was only when we moved from, so I've actually moved, I've lived in a lot of different cities. So I grew up in a country town in WA. And then when we moved to the city, so when we moved to Perth, that's when I became a little bit more extroverted.
Okay.
I think just the whole idea of, oh, you're in a whole different town. No one knows who you are. You can be whoever you wanted to be.
Oh.
And then like as a 14-year-old, I was like, I'm going to pretend to be someone who's really confident and really extroverted. And then I just really lent into it. And then it just became my personality.
Wow.
So I was just like, oh, how convenient. This is actually just who I am.
Yeah. You've made yourself who you want to be.
Yeah. I kind of just grabbed the move by the balls and was just like, I'm just going to try and be a cool person or be a more like someone who actually enjoys people's company a bit more.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's fast forward a couple years.
Yeah.
Tell us about the experience of WAAPA.
Oh, so good and so bad at the same time. But I think that's like everyone who studies a creative degree. I really liked how I was just put in my place immediately.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing about that?
100%. Yeah. No, I auditioned for the full bachelor course and just got heavily rejected.
Ooh.
And which I'm actually very glad that I did because I obviously, like I was saying before, I went to that very music specialist high school. So it was almost like I was almost like a bratty, entitled kid being like, I'm going to get into the course because I went to this high school. Like it was almost delusional. Not that I didn't work hard for it, but like I didn't prepare myself for rejection because I just felt entitled. Like, I work hard and I went to the school. It'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously at the end of the day, that wasn't the case. So they offered me the 1-year course.
Okay.
And
is that like a I think VCA has a similar thing.
Yeah,
it's like a bridging course to like sort of get you ready for the bachelor's degree?
Yeah. So at the end of it, you just leave with a TAFE diploma.
Okay.
Yeah. So they offered me that place, and then obviously I was really stuck. Like that's another thing where my parents just like, oh, you didn't get offered like the course you want, you may as well but you got offered a full course of biomedicine. Oh. This is a sign that you should do that. But I was like, nah, not doing that. So I did the 1-year course. And that was such a learning curve, like, because I was still very much a bratty kid. Like there was one teacher where I just didn't like her teaching style for me at the time. Mm-hmm. One, because I was a kid, and I think looking back now, if I had her as a teacher now, I would probably love her. But because I was 18, literal child, I just could not. I just didn't take her anything she said like seriously. Like I 100% admit like that's on me. But somehow I made it through that whole year and then auditioned again for the full course. And then I think just like being there and then having connections and then still working hard. Like I still did all the work and then they let me into the full 4-year course. Yeah.
What was it like doing like leaving your academic studies and just doing music? Like if you're getting into biomed, you must have been working so hard for so long.
Yeah.
And then suddenly had this year where all you have to do is music.
Yeah. If anything, I think I was excited because I did music ATAR. So it's kind of like in the way that high school ran that course was very similar to WAAPA. Like you'd have ensemble, you'd have theory, blah, 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 blah. So I kind of already knew what I was expecting. But I remember just being really excited to be like, oh, I never have to open a book again. Like, how exciting. I don't have to read. Like, the only thing I have to read is sheet music.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just remember like almost as like a sigh of relief of being like, oh, I can actually just have a rest and have a break. And I really liked the idea of some people actually, you probably heard this as well when you were at uni, about some people don't like the idea of being marked on something that's subjective. Because everyone's like, oh, but like music is music. There's no such thing as right or wrong. Whereas like, you know, maths, there is right or wrong. But part of me was really excited to study something that wasn't subjective, because I was like, oh, there is no right or wrong. I want to see what right does look like in these people's eyes and what wrong does look like in these people's eyes. Whereas studying like science and that, like you either got the calculation right or wrong.
Yes.
There's no room for like, you know, there's not really much room for like debate whether something's right, depending on what you're doing. Whereas like being assessed on something and then you thinking you've done a good job, but then you get your mark back and it's like 50%. I remember just like, I always love a challenge, and I remember just seeing that and being like, this is like, I want to be good at this so badly. Whereas with, like with something with maths, like if you get it wrong, you just be like, oh, I just know not to do that mistake next time.
Yes.
So yeah, I almost liked the challenge, and it really excited me to work on something. And also I really liked the idea of, with music, you have to put time in to be good at it. You can't just kind of wake up one morning and be able to, you know, sing all of these amazing riffs. You have to start somewhere. Like I actually really like the idea of almost how like natural talent doesn't exist. Like it always is just hard work. Because you have some people who are just like really good at memorizing countries, for instance, or whatever. And they'll ace all those exams. But with music, it's like, oh, you actually kind of have to, like if they give you a really, really hard song, unless you like listen to that song for your whole life, like everyone's starting from the same baseline of being like, oh, you actually have to, you know, you can't cram scales in before your scales exam the next day. Something, I think, that was really exciting for me. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I feel like the way you articulated that was really interesting. Like that it is just work. And often the like natural talent thing is because work was done earlier.
Yeah.
Rather than like, you know, it just being existing.
Yeah.
And then uni is like such a great place for like my experience was, I'm like being the like senior drummer at my high school for 4 years or something. And then I've come to like university and I'm like the youngest and the worst drummer.
You're back
like,
to,
and
being
it was
at the
like,
bottom.
this is brutal.
Yeah.
But like it's such a good learning spot to be like, oh, I thought I like knew what I was doing, but I don't know anything at all. And I guess we're starting from scratch now.
Yeah. Like when you're able to swallow your pride and like, you know, push your ego aside, it's actually like the best place to be when you're like, or when you're on the bottom rung, because you have all these great people to look up to and be like, oh my God, I have so much to learn. I think it definitely took me a couple years at WAAPA to, you know, do exactly that, swallow my pride and push my ego aside. It took a lot. It took a long time.
Yeah, that stuff's really hard.
But I think it's also because like I was a teenager. Like I was 18, 19. Like you ask anyone who's 18, 19, they'll probably have the exact same thoughts. Like no one's going to be fully like, you know, self-assured and not prideful and not egotistic when they're at that age. So, but I'm really glad that I was that age at a place where, you know, they really built your character, being like, no, you're not top shit. Like, sing that again. I remember some teachers being like, that sounded shit, do it again. Like in front of the whole class. And I was like, I actually like, you know, like who cares about gentle parenting? Like I was like, that was great for me. It's a bratty 19-year-old. That's what I needed.
Yeah. I feel like we have like a really interesting relationship now with like music education and that like approach because like for me I really like that as well, that approach of like no, do it better, let's go again. And
some people hate it, which is fine. Like
it's interesting that like I found by the end of my music degree, like I think we had to do a pedagogy subject. Or maybe I chose to do it or something. But it was just like, oh, there's like no basis in this. It's just like, oh, well, people like abused Charlie Parker and he went away and practiced and then he got really good. And so like the way we'll teach jazz is to just be brutal to like everybody. And if they're like really good, like Charlie Parker, they will go away, practice and come back and be great. Doesn't matter. Like how intense it was.
Yeah.
And it was really rough watching. We had a similar full critique in front of the cohort every week. You performed.
Yeah, we had that.
The head of music goes like, that was terrible.
Yeah.
And it really affects people in different ways. So I don't know what they do now. I think it was sort of like phasing
I think
out
they phased.
a bit.
Yeah, and I remember. I think my last year, my graduating year, they took out the critiques at the end of each weekly thing.
Yeah, okay.
Because it was getting. To be fair, there is a very fine line between giving constructive criticism and then just being downright just fucking mean.
Yes.
So I think my last year they took out the student critiques at the end of each concert prac.
Okay.
Because it was just getting out of hand.
Right. Yeah, I wonder now, like, if I didn't have, like, critical feedback from, like, instrumental teachers and things, like, what my approach would have been like. Because I found when I was going to shows, like, trying to build up, like, my professional connections, I had so much pressure to, like, do a good job.
Yeah.
Because it was like, if I mess this up, then my reputation's wrecked and I'm never going to get a gig ever again.
Yeah, I think that's the bad thing about coming out of studying music to that intense level is that you think like, oh my God, everyone is critiquing me the way that they did at uni.
Yes.
But then in the real world, like no one gives a fuck. Like you could play like one good lick and 9 bad ones and then people would just be like, oh my God, that was a great lick. Can I buy you a beer? So it's just like, it's like, I think that's a whole nother learning curve after like leaving music school is being able to how to navigate like the hypercriticism that you're almost like, drilled in you to have when you're at music school. But it's just like, it's only 4 years of music school. We have to think like that. Like you have the rest of your life to unlearn it or to like pick and choose what you reckon works for you personally and personality wise. Because not everyone is good at receiving feedback. Some people are really good. Some people like aren't. But then the outcome is like can very well much be the same depending on like how self-aware someone is with their learning styles. At least that's what I think.
How much space did you have for like your music when you were doing the course? Like
so much.
Yeah?
So much time. I think because I came from such like an intense high school studying regimen to come into WAAPA. So for instance, like when I was studying in high school, so easily could study like, hours on end, just like doing heaps of practice questions, blah, blah, blah. When it comes to singing, there's a physical limit to how much you can do in a day. Like, couldn't sing for more than like an hour and a half, like maximum a day. Like once I did that, I was like, that's it of my practicing for the day. I can't do any more. So when that became my like studying routine when I moved to WAAPA, it was obviously a big adjustment being from like just endlessly, studying to being like, I have to stop studying now. What do I do? So that's where like the songwriting and everything came in because I was like, I have so much free time, like, but I want to keep, working on my studies, but I physically like I've hit my max for the day. If I sing any more, I'm probably gonna like, get a note or something. I don't know. Notes actually happen. But yeah, and that's where a lot of the songwriting came from. And also playing other instruments. I was like, if I can't sing anymore, I'll just like, practice my scales on piano or something.
Oh, right.
Or like I'll write some lyrics or something.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So did you release any music whilst you were in Perth?
Yeah, I released one song after uni. Yeah, but none during uni.
Okay.
I really enjoyed just gigging around the scene, like just at the pubs with my mates.
Yeah, cool. It looked like, were you running like an R&B night?
Yeah.
For a while too?
It got to a point, the year before I moved to Melbourne, I was, running a jam kind of night at the Ellington Jazz Club in Perth, which is probably like the same, very similar to like Jazz Lab here in Melbourne.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was helping running a jam night there, which was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loved it.
What do you think about like how the scene in Perth is for like supporting arts and music? Because like as a Melburnian, I'm like, it's like where the mining stuff is.
Oh yeah,
so
true.
Like there's like a big music
like
school, and then like do people just I don't know.
It's like the people who are there for FIFO and then all WAAPA. Like what else?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very close knit music community, which is very cute. A lot of the scene is WAAPA based. Like it's all like your lecturers playing the gigs. Like you go to a local like wine bar and you'll be like, oh, that's my theory teacher. Like just shredding it or something. I don't know. But yeah, everyone knows each other. It's super cute. Everyone original music scene is great. Lots of fantastic like indie rock. I think a little bit of R&B is coming through now, at least with my mates coming through. But I don't know, I just have so much love for the Perth community. I think I'm just biased because I came from it. But yeah.
It makes sense that you like your hometown and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, well, like fast forward, this episode, like December 2025 is our listenership live, right?
Oh, so when this comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But for the context of them, we're at the start of 2025 recording this chat.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So this year, you're releasing your debut EP.
Hopefully, yeah. Definitely single.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think, fingers crossed, maybe as I'm saying this, it's already out. Who knows?
All right, cool. Because you sent me, is it the first single
that's
that you're going to put out?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Thank you. Yay.
Who came up with the bass line?
Oh.
And was it specifically like Spanish joint designed?
Oh, no. Initially, it was just like one that I hummed and then brought it to my favorite human, one of my favorite humans in Melbourne. And then they were just like, oh, do you know what would go really great over like what you're singing and the chords? And then they just played like the Spanish joint opening bass line. I was like, I actually love this.
Awesome.
I love how it's like chord. Like, I know a lot of people, some people are like, oh, but it's like literally almost the exact same. Like, you can't really do that. And then part of me is like it's not going to make enough money for there to be a lawsuit. Like, I don't really care. Also, it's like, I love how I quote it because it like, you know, pays tribute to like, I love D'Angelo. Like, I love those like Brown Sugar and like Voodoo. I love those albums. Like, a lot of my music that I write is like, you know, it's heavily influenced from a lot of those elements from those albums. Like, if anything, this is me being like, oh, you know, this is where my roots are coming from. Like, please listen to this one little bass line and you'll be able to understand.
It's great. Like, it's not like it's not the bass line of the song. You just quote it and then it goes on for another like 4 bars.
Couple times. Yeah. It depends on how closely you listen to the bass line in the track. But yeah, I love it. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Are you do you feel comfortable sharing on the pod who your like most favorite human in the world is?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Oh my God, I completely forgot. Yeah. So Jake Amy helped record and they did all the producing on that song.
Yeah, awesome.
But yeah, it's just so much fun. They were one of the first people I met in Melbourne as well. So
oh wow.
I have a lot of love for Jake and Emma. It was literally my first week in Melbourne.
That's awesome. What a great couple to meet.
Right? Yeah. And I think another friend of mine was playing drums for them. And they were like, oh, I'm playing at Pajuki, come hang. And I was like, fuck yeah. And then Jake and Emma caught me and was just like, oh, like, who do you know here? And I was like, oh, I know the drummer you're playing with. And they were like, oh my God. Let's be friends. And then fast forward a year later, we are friends. And now awesome. Jake's producing my music, which is great.
Yeah, so what's the like collaborative process between you and Jake for like that track, but also your plans for the rest of the EP?
So a lot of the songs that we've done, it's me, I either send them a really shitty voice note of me humming or sometimes singing like the melody and lyrics with like a really shitty like loop of me playing the keyboard at the same time.
Okay.
Specifically the one for Keep Up, it was in my first house in Melbourne and I didn't have my keyboard amp. So what I did was I had my headphones plugged in, turned them up to max, and then I had my phone right next to the headphones. So then the microphone on the phone could pick up the loop from the keyboard, and then I sang like directly into both the headphone and the phone. And then I was like, this is good enough. You can kind of get the gist of the song. And I I recorded like the hook for that and then sent it off to Jake. And I was like, this is a really shit voice recording, but hopefully you get the idea of what I want. And then, they did.
Wow. And that led to the single.
Yeah, that led to the song that you hear now. So
yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It's great.
That's wild.
Yeah. I had to be innovative somehow. I was like, I don't have a keyboard amp. Yeah.
So do you have like much more of the rest of the EP laid out?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very much like angsty kind of vibes.
Okay.
And very, very, I was going to say very R&B, but that's very typical of, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, I think it's very much like a mid-20s kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say like angsty, as in like, is this like a personal expression?
Oh, 100%. All the songs
EP?
I write are always about something or someone.
Oh, right.
Just
okay.
hilarious. Yeah, they make great stories. They make great songs, but it's at the same time, I'm like, I feel so sorry for the person who these songs are about. Like if I ever run past them in the street, I'll be like, oh. Which I have done that before, but it is what it is.
You can be like one of the Instagrammers that like films their concert and says like, oh, look, the person I wrote the songs for like here.
Yeah. Oh, I've done that before where like I performed a song and I was like, oh, the song that I'm about to perform is about someone on stage. It's fine. I just love the drama apparently. But, yeah.
What's it about like singing about the stories from your life that, I don't know, make that what you want to make your music about too?
Yeah. I love hearing songs that are about things that people don't talk about, but everyone feels. So a really good example of this, I actually love, there's an artist from California, his name's Giveon, and I really love his songwriting because it's just so cutthroat and just very like, no bullshit. He writes songs that about situations that everyone's probably been through or at least thought of, and then puts them into beautiful songs that are that are also like really nice, like sonically and musically like great to listen to, but then happens to have like lyrics that are so unhinged that like, so funny. Like he has a song called Still Your Best, and it's basically about like, it's a conversation that he's having to his ex being like, I'm still your best. Like, haha, you can move on, but I'm still your best at the end of the day.
Oh, wow.
So delusional. But like everyone's thought it. So it's just like, I love how like cutthroat and like, no, like he has no shame just saying what's on his mind.
Yeah, right.
And I love that approach to songwriting.
A very authentic expression.
So authentic. Yeah.
Saying the unsaid.
Yeah. Because like, what's the point of writing songs about stuff that, that everyone, I don't know, like that's already been said. I don't know. Or something that's like very straight edge. Like say something delusional. Who cares? Like, yeah, like Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar got him like so many Grammys and he just said what he thought.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole diss track, but it's like, fuck yeah. Like, do it.
I guess there is something about it that like, that just connects with people.
Yeah.
I guess because of the power of like saying these things that are like normally filtered out.
Yeah, exactly. I think especially with Giveon's music, it's very like typical like sad R&B type vibes, like breakup-y kind of songs. But I love how the perspectives that he writes in of like perspectives that people don't talk about. Like, yeah, like what I said earlier, like, I'm still your best, ha ha ha. Like, I think you can watch interviews of him talking about the songs he writes and he's just like, oh, obviously I don't actually live my life by that, but it was just fun to write a song that so many people like have now come up to me and been like, oh yeah, I've thought that at least once or twice. Great that it's in a song now. So I just find it like so it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like music should be fun. Like, yeah.
How much does the like, I don't know, like impact of releasing your like debut EP, like have weight for you? Because like lots of people like are like, oh my gosh, it's like I'm gonna put out my debut album, and like I'm gonna work on it forever because it has to be perfect because it's my debut record. Yeah. Like, where are you at on the spectrum of like, I'm just putting out the music of what I feel right now, and like, no, I'm putting out a body of work, and this means everything to me.
No, I think I'm very much on the. I've worked really hard to grow out of a perfectionist mindset. I think that's why I haven't really released much. I didn't release anything until I finished WAAPA because I was like, I don't want to release anything until I've finished my studies because then I'll be a good musician by then.
Yeah, right.
By the end of the day, it's like, who cares? Like, release music. Whatever music you release, you're showing the world like that's where you are musically. Like, honestly, I wish I kind of released the songs that I did write when I was in uni. It's like, me personally, I'd love to look back at them and be like, yeah, that's a perfect reflection of where I was in my musical journey when I was 20 or whatever.
Yeah.
Even the song that's out now on Spotify, like I look back at it, I don't particularly like it, but I look back at it, I'm like, yep, that was a perfect representation of where I was when I was 23. I think I was 23 when I released it. Yeah. So with these songs, especially the one that's coming out, Keep Up, I look at it now and I'm just like, you know what, I like it. Like where I am in my music journey now, I like it. Like lyrically, it's a very like raw representation of where I am in my life now. So it's just like, why wait? Like the more I delay releasing it, if anything, I'm scared to release it later because I'm scared that like by the time I do release it, it's not going to be relevant to where I will be in life because I wrote it so long ago. And then like, yeah, the more time I spend like trying to make it perfect, the less authentic it becomes because I'm just like, oh, I wrote this, like, for instance, like if I don't release a song for the next like 3 years, like I'll be 28. So it's like, oh, that song Keep Up might not actually be relevant when I'm 28. Like, and just, for me personally, I just feel weird releasing a song like that in a time that isn't its time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Do you enjoy the live performance aspect of this too? And so like, you must have some like anticipation for like, oh great, I'm putting out these songs and I can get to play them now.
100%. I love the idea of just like standing in front of a crowd and being like, you have to sit here and listen to me sing about all these stories about my life right now. I get really excited about it.
How much chatter is there like between songs?
Oh, I've been yelled at before being like, you talk too much in between songs. So I try and I have a full on script. Like I've trained myself to write down what I'm going to say in between songs.
Okay.
Because I remember at uni, it just got out of hand where it's just like a 15-minute exam turned into 20 minutes and I get penalized because I went over. So one, I learnt the hard way, but then also two, I was like, logistically, I actually wouldn't want to hear someone talk that much if I was just here to watch them sing. So, yeah.
So like,
hopefully I've learnt how to balance it out now. I'm probably still learning to do it, but
is it the urge to ramble? Like
not urge to ramble, just urge to just share, like spoil the songs almost.
Right.
And then I have
so you're giving like a deep analysis about what you're about to do.
Yeah, but then I always have to remember like, no, that's what the song's meant to do. Why am I saying it? And like if they really want to hear my take on it, people can come up to me after the show and ask me. So that's something I always had to learn, be like, oh, no, leave enough mystery. Like people, and also songs are very individual when it comes to interpretation. So I was just like, oh, I should also not talk as much. So I'll give them enough to know like what the kind of like overall theme is. But then at the end of the day, if you hear the song and think of a breakup, that's your interpretation. If you hear it and think of like addiction, I don't know, that's your interpretation. But if I wrote the song and I'm like, I just wrote it about like, you know, making bread. I don't know. Like, you know, like it is what it is.
Yeah. I like this interview with Oliver Arnold, the like, neoclassical minimalist guy. And the interviewer was like, oh, this song is so beautiful. Like, you know, what were you writing it about? And he was like, oh, I wrote it for like a toothpaste ad. And it's like, oh, that like completely changes the vibe. And he could have like, you know, in a performance, he doesn't open the song by saying,
this is for a toothpaste ad.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be funny if he said that.
Maybe. A comic genius is like about to erupt on the neoclassical scene.
Yeah, right? That could be a thing.
Maybe. But like, if he just says like, this is the song, that has that, like you say, the ability for people to interpret in different ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is, I think, which is great. Because I reckon music is always, one thing I personally really like about music is how no matter what the composer or the artist intended for the music to be, it can always be interpreted as something else completely. Which I think is it's just so cool about music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting on like your music being like personal expression and story, but still with the ability for it to be interpreted differently. Yeah. Like, what you're singing about doesn't necessarily have to like resonate with someone who's lived your exact experience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And even sometimes, and also some people don't even listen to lyrics. Like as a singer.
Yeah, I don't listen to lyrics.
Yeah, exactly. And that's so fine because it's just like, you don't have to listen to the lyrics to understand like maybe some people don't listen to the lyrics, but they still get the gist of what I wrote the song about, which for me, like that's a huge plus. And then some days if people don't get it, but they feel something else when they hear it, I think that's still a good plus because it means, oh, you felt something. Whether it was like what I intended the song to be or not, like you still felt something, which is so cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much more than just necessarily what's on the page.
Yeah, which is great. I think obviously like there's techniques, like one of my mates is studying or like writing their PhD on like the way how music makes people, certain techniques that force people to make people feel certain ways when they hear music, which I think that's cool. There's probably some like a lot of scientific evidence on that, but then also I love the idea of like even regardless of that, it's so open.
Yes. Do you do anything like that where you're like, oh, like this, I should put a key change in here because that's going to like give it this lift, where something else, or like I want to use this cadence because that will resolve or you know, have some harmonic trickery or something?
Sometimes. I think like when I'm writing songs, I'll start with a melody and then sometimes I'm like, oh, the melody feels kind of flat. I don't know what to do. Then I'll like reach into my brain and be like, oh, what did I learn at music school? And then I'll be like, oh, then I'll be like, oh, let me try a key change. And then I'll do it and I'll be like, oh, I still don't like it. I'll try something else. I'll be like, oh, let me try tritone sub. And I'll be like, oh, it's kind of, yeah. So that's kind of where the music study comes in handy. But a lot of it, it's still very feeling based, being like, do I want the music to sound like this? So I will use a technique. I don't use them all the time. Even like bridges, like I don't really use bridges. I haven't really wrote a bridge into many of my songs either.
I was going to ask about that because I was like, oh, the single's like short, but I guess that's sort of what like modern music is doing now.
Yeah.
Like the bridge has sort of disappeared from that like pop and pop adjacent scene, like sound. It's not like the 80s where there's like two verses and a pre-chorus and like
the typical A-B.
It was almost, I wouldn't say like through composed, but like it's sort of like developing linearly rather than through like a classic A, B, A, C, B, B or something.
But yeah, I think also with the songs I write, I just don't feel like it needs a separate section to say what I want to say. And maybe like in the next couple, like, because this will be December when everyone's hearing this, like maybe I would have written a song where I do have a bridge, and because I have something extra to say, and the only way to say it is like in a separate own little section, because that's how I see bridges. It's like a little like side quest, and then you come back in. Whereas, so for instance, like this song Keep Up, like I see it as just like a straight, straight road race. And I'm just like, no sidetracks. No, we're just getting,
It matches the title.
Yeah.
It'd be odd if it was anything else.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I feel like it matches the theme of like, one lyrically, like the title, like musically as well. I couldn't really, where I am today, I'm just like, I can't really hear it going musically or harmonically to anywhere else, really. Yeah.
All right, we've been playing this game on the podcast where I get
games.
Each guest to ask a question of the next guest.
Yes.
So you're going to get a question from the previous guest.
How exciting.
Who doesn't know who's coming.
Yeah.
And then you get to ask a question for the next guest.
I love it.
This question is from a young opera singer, Maya Settergreen.
Okay.
I guess, why is music so important to you? What is your... What is how, like, what does it feel like, or like what is, why are you doing this, I guess, in a way? Like we all do it because we love it, but I think there is like why is it special to you? What do you hold in music, I guess?
So just as a summary, I guess, like, why is it special? That's what she's saying. She has a great talking voice as well. That was really nice to listen to. Well, probably pretty similar to what we've already been talking about. I love, it sounds so cheesy, but I love how versatile people can express themselves through music. And it's not necessarily like their personality or what they believe in or whatever. Sometimes it's just oh my god, my train of thought just derailed itself. hold on to that thought. I'll come back to it.
Yeah. Circle back around.
Yeah. So what did I say earlier? What did I even say?
I reckon just start again. What like why make music and what is special about it for you?
Yeah. Oh, I have 2 answers for this. Actually, no, I have one. I don't want to say. Well, music for me, I think like songwriting. I think that's the first thing. And yeah, I love the versatility in how to express literally whether it's it is what I was saying before. I love how with music I can express something I want to say that I don't know how to say it in words, which is I think is a very common answer. Like if you ask any musician, they might say that.
Mm-hmm.
I also love how it helps me. Sometimes it just helps me realize things I didn't realize about myself either, like either interpersonally or even morally. I'll write something. I'll be like, oh my God, I didn't realize I felt so strongly about, I don't know, like something.
Wow.
It's like sometimes things like that only comes out through music. Well, at least me personally. And then also just the path of life that I'm taking is expressed through music. I think every time I don't know if I'm on the right path or if I'm making decisions that are good for me, music's another great way to reassure because it's something I love. I've always gone back to it. I think initially when I was younger, I'd always be like, oh, music's like a little toxic relationship for me because I always go back to it no matter what. But I think it's just, instead of thinking of it as a toxic relationship, it's a nice little guiding light for me. I really like how I can come back to it and it really shows exactly where I am in life and it reassures me or it tells me to do something a little bit different or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It just helps me. Music just helps me be my authentic self. If there's a better, that's a better way to say it. I think. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
You have all these aspects where you can use it to enable you to learn more about yourself or get things out and express them and grow and it's amazing.
Yeah, I love how it's both like a giving thing. Like I can put songs out into the world for people to hear, or I can just sit in my room and sing and then feel better about myself if I had a shit day or something. Like I love how it's such a big thing that's so cool.
Yeah, you can put on a big Whitney Houston track and just completely get lost in it.
Yeah, exactly. And just I had a really bad day at work and I was like, cool, let's put on some really sad Leon LaHavis or something. I don't know. Yeah, I love it.
Well, what would you like to ask our next guest?
I wrote it down at home. I'm just going to, I might need to re-say it, but somewhere along the lines of what's a mistake that was made in your music career that you thought was really, really detrimental, but then you found out it's actually fine and it's not the end of the world. So I think maybe a better way to say it. I'm just trying to think of a better way to articulate it.
I don't know. That's pretty good.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what was a mistake made in your music career, and how did you realize that it was actually okay? Yeah. I think. Yeah.
I reckon the first time you said it was even better.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Is there something like that for you that really sticks out of a moment that you had that now with retrospect you go oh, actually that was okay?
I think, what we were talking about earlier with WAAPA.
Right.
Of being told, just being put in your place, I think. But I personally really needed that. So.
Did you take it really hard at the time?
Oh yeah, I cried.
Right.
Ran out of the room crying. Be like, oh my God, my teacher's so mean. And I look back and I'm like, oh, actually, they did me a huge favor. Mm-hmm. I'd probably still be a fucking massive bratty cunt if I didn't get that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Maybe bleep that out. Well, yeah, that's for me personally.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Final thing before we wrap up with the final 5. What's your relationship and values with music and your social media?
Wow. Yeah. I still kind of have it. I used to think that I could have it separate and be like, oh, you have like the business side of social media, and then I have like my doom scrolling side where I just like post photos for my friends and family and blah, blah, blah. And I got to a point where I was just like, I think there's almost, some people are very anti-social media, like always, you know how you have those people who like always deactivate their accounts and reactivate them.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of just like, oh, I'm just not going to have an account altogether, and I'll just keep my business. So a lot of my Instagram and my social media presence is just music. Like, I don't really want people knowing what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. Occasionally I'll post, actually on my Instagram, I do post like, I'll just like share funny like photos or something, because that obviously has nothing, like I'm not attached to it personally, and like people aren't seeing where I'm living or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that, but then if it's not music related, I don't know. I just feel like it's healthier to detach. One, it stops doom scrolling for me, and two, it stops like the chance of unhealthy comparison happening with things just in your everyday life. Because you know some people like go on Instagram, they're like, oh my god, this person is living such a great life, like they had this really nice brunch for breakfast, and then sometimes depending on how you are that day, you could end up feeling really shit. But then it's like, at the end of the day, like that's probably the first time they went out for brunch in months or whatever. So I don't know. That's my take on it. Did that answer your question? I'm actually not even sure.
Yeah, like it didn't go where I thought it was going to go. But
where did you think it was going to go? Because I can.
No, this is good. Let's stay there, because I think that like comparison thing, it's like it just like happens. I feel like
it just happens.
Like you say, you've got to like not be looking, because otherwise, as soon as you're looking, it's like, oh, yeah, I wish I was having that brunch, or I wish I was on that gig, or whatever. Like it's hard not to feel like.
Yeah. And then sometimes it's like, even if you do feel like, no, you're fine. I feel like even if you do feel the comparison, because there are some times where like I just don't go on Instagram because I'll see a gig, and then that I definitely could have been at, but then I was watching it on my phone at home, and then I feel really guilty being like, oh, I could have been there supporting my friend, but here I am just being lazy at home, and like, I just get myself into a rut. When I recognize that, I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna, maybe just not go on Instagram at all. Like I'm doing my own thing. Like I'm at home because I have a cold. Like, I don't know, something like that, like to bring me back to reality.
Yep. And that's okay. Like you can't be doing everything all the time.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just a big learning curve of knowing knowing your limits and knowing when to dial back, or when you need to, especially like with engagement and that with business, like you have to like posts, and you have to be seen commenting on posts and blah, blah, blah to get people to see your content. There's like, I understand that perspective, but I'm trying to trying to learn a healthy balance between that. So at the moment, I feel like I'm a little bit too absent, but that's just like what I need to do to survive the internet.
Yeah, it's really hard, that like balance of like, do you do this thing on this medium that like the majority of people are on and use, and potentially brings more views and clicks to your content?
Exactly. Or do I like look after my mental health and not be
have more time to care for you, or be creative, or spend time with your friends in real life?
Yeah, exactly. It's such a balance. And because being an artist, like you need to have a presence, and like there's some of my friends, like they stopped being musicians because their labels and their managers were like, you need to be on social media more, but they were adamant being like, no, I don't. Like I personally do not want to be on social media that much. Like it's not good for my personal health. And like they've quit music.
Wow.
Because like they were just so steadfast in what they believed about social media. And like I respect them so much.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It's such an intense like pressure from labels now. It seems, especially to just be like, okay, we know you're a musician, but now we need you to like do this influencer thing. And you're like, what? That's not me.
Yeah.
Some people love it, but I feel like the majority of musicians are more like, just let me play my instrument.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is just like they just don't know how. And like I definitely don't know how. Like I just post a video of me singing every now and then some people are like, if you want more content, you need to post like once a week. And I'm like, I don't know. I probably do. To be honest, probably half of it is just like I just don't really know what I'm doing. Which is fine. Like I'm not in a rush to be like, if anything, I'm not even a rush. Like I have no desire to be like super viral and like super famous. I'm just like, doing it because I like it. This is just what I want to do.
Oh, it's great. Authentically you. Otherwise you just start chasing like, oh, maybe if I like spent more time doing like this, or I wrote my song more like this, and someone else might click on it, and like then you're not writing for you anymore, and your whole thing is that you want to write like
exactly.
from you.
Yeah, and I think it's important to understand that there's a balance between being authentic to yourself, and then also not being so naive to the point. Like you can't be a naive either, being like, oh, I'm just gonna write for myself. But then also you have to understand like, oh, if you're going to be an artist, you will need to have a social media presence. So if anything, I'm probably like reluctantly on social media because I'm an artist.
Yes.
If I was like, just like a nurse or something, I probably wouldn't have a public profile whatsoever. I'd just be like, I don't care.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about my like Instagram for the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Reluctantly posting.
Yeah, just because like it's part of the job. It's like, I feel like it's like any job. Like work at Macca's or something, you probably have to do something you don't like.
Yeah,
or
it's just not all fun stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like part of being a musician, just unfortunately just during this generation, like part of that job that you probably don't like is going to be social media. So it's just like, it's like, just part of any job. There's going to be parts with that you just don't like, and that's just a natural course of life. And just like the quicker you can understand it and learn how to deal with it, like the easier your life, or the more enjoyable your life will be if you can accept things that you don't like are just going to be in your life.
Yeah, just in your life.
Yeah. Well, like the less fucks you have to give about things you don't like, the better your life is what I've slowly been learning in my life. Not that I've lived that long, but yeah.
But the goal of your 20s, maybe.
Goal of my 20s. I think my 20s have been just learning how to not give a fuck, which I love. I've been loving the learning process for one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like you lean into all of these like opportunities as they've come up. Like even just like you being like, oh yeah, when I was 14, I decided I'm going to be extroverted, and now like, oh, now I am.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I feel like you're sort of like manifesting these different things along the way.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm gonna move to Melbourne. I don't give a fuck if I don't make any friends. Like, I'm just gonna go. Conveniently, I have made friends. Yeah. Or like learning a new instrument. Like, I've picked up bass now. And it's just like, I think a lot of people when they graduate music school, there's a whole like thing of instrument anxiety post music school where they're like scared to pick up another instrument because they're like, oh, but I've studied this instrument to such a degree. The only way I can play another instrument is if I can play it to the same level as what I studied. And it's such a big thing. But then post WAAPA, I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to play it for fun. I don't have to be like, uni degree level good at it. I just want to play it because it's fun. So that also took a while to like, get over myself. But
yes.
I think because I was training myself to not give a fuck for all these years. I was like, I'm not going to give a fuck. Let me just play like root notes for this whole song that I think is cool.
Do you think like posting that stuff on to like your social media helped as well? Be like, I got to stop caring about this, so I'm going to like just put it out there.
Yeah, I
even
think
though it's not like, I don't know. Yeah, you're not playing like hot licks.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because I was posting singing videos since I was like 16, 17. I learned how to not give a fuck very early.
Okay.
Or was forced to. Like if someone left a bad comment on my video, I just be like, okay. Like either I can delete it, I can leave it, I can reply to it, whatever. Like I've handled them in so many different ways because I've been doing it for so long that now it's just like, I don't care if I'm just posting a video of me playing like one note. I'm just like, fuck yeah, this is because I want to do it.
Yeah. Do it for you.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up with the final 5 questions because I just noticed what the time is and we've been going for ages.
Whoa.
Yeah, sorry.
So I love talking, if that isn't obvious.
It's been great.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for having me though.
No, thanks. Yay. Thanks for coming and sharing so much on the podcast.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite venue to play in Melbourne?
I love the Top. And Curtin House. I think that's the building. But yeah, the one in the city. Mainly because the stage is just very pretty. I love how there's like flowers everywhere. It's just it's pretty. I also like the actual venue itself. I actually really do like because I love the low light setting, like the red velvet. I think it's red. I don't know. It's always dark. Like, there's no lights on. Like I just love that vibe. It's very much when I think of Melbourne, that's what I think of.
Wow. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Just very, sultry, sexy kind of vibes. I'm just like, yes, love it.
Ideal EP launch gig?
Maybe. I don't know. Ah.
No, just putting it out there.
Yeah, we'll see. This comes out in December. We don't know.
What would be your dream venue to play?
In Melbourne or
anywhere in the world?
Anywhere. This is going to sound really dumb, but probably Perth, just because it's my hometown.
Yeah, okay. Is there a specific venue in Perth?
Well, not to sound like a stuck up bitch, but like I have played at most of the venues in Perth because there aren't that many. One. I can defend myself with that. But I think, well, for one, if I'm dreaming big, like I look at like arena tours and I'm like, oh man, it would be so cool to one day sing at like RAC, which is like the arena in Perth.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the equivalent of like Red Laver here.
Okay.
That'd be so cool just to, one, it's an arena gig, two, do it in my hometown. Like, oh, that'd be so cool. Don't know if that'll ever happen. But that would just be very special to be like, oh, in my hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is your hot beverage order?
I love me a soy flat white with 1 sugar.
What's your favourite place to get food after a gig in Melbourne?
Oh, this one I don't know because I feel like I haven't lived here long enough to find my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
So, but recently, because a lot of the gigs I go to are on Sydney Road in Brunswick, the only late night food options are like Rexy kebabs or Guz. So I find myself at like getting a burrito after gigs a lot, only because it's the only one open on Sydney Road. Yes, probably, but I can confidently say some sort of wrap is my go-to food.
Yeah,
Anything
cool.
where there's some sort of flat bread wrapping food. So yeah, that's open to both a kebab and a burrito.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I can't remember. I thought there was another place that was open late on Sydney Road, but I've blanked on it. So
yeah, I probably
apologies.
just don't know of it.
Some of the cool like Turkish places further
yeah,
north or something.
Yeah.
If I think of something, I'll send you a message to try and expand the
right?
Yeah.
Because I always try to go to something that's on the same tram direction of where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the times I'm going towards the city. So I'm like, oh, Guzman's open.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that though.
No.
Yeah.
Final question.
Yes.
What is one piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
I don't know if I'd say it's advice or just like a little pat on the back, I guess. But I would definitely tell her to keep trusting her gut. Like even in doubts and times of being like, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I look at where I am now and I'm just like, all of the life decisions I made to get to where I am now was because of I followed my gut. So if I happen to run into younger Janelle, I'll just be like, keep doing you. Keep following your gut.
That's awesome and so encouraging.
Hopefully, hopefully there's other people out there or people listening being like, oh, I don't know if I should trust my gut. I, for one, am so grateful that I did and I hopefully will continue to.
Well, thanks for sharing your story. I feel like there's so much hard work and passion and risk taking, but yeah, you just seem to just be achieving the things even when there's a few setbacks, the music school thing and moving to a whole city and stuff. I don't know, you're doing so well and it's exciting that you're putting out music and it's just been really lovely to get to know you and
yeah, lovely chatting with you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for reaching out and getting me on here.
No worries.